Today, I'm covering 5 mindset shifts I made that brought me peace and ended up saving me a ton of money. If you want to learn more about these minimalist breakthroughs I made, then make sure you stick around. So, number 1 is to stop following trends. But, okay, how do you actually do that? This changed for me when instead of seeking fulfillment from latest trends, I basically decided to kind of curate my lifestyle, especially my wardrobe, and kind of like define my own personal style. I truly either love all of the pieces that I have, or I really use them a lot and they serve some function. This is kind of a tried and true category, but beauty products. So I grew up in the prime of the makeup and beauty influencer era, I would say. Everyone was pushing new products, and we were spending a lot on said products. Truthfully, even though I wear makeup somewhat regularly, I just never wore enough of it to use the products by the time a new trend came out. For reference, I still have the original Naked 2 palette my friend got me from when it first came out. If you're not a makeup artist or a hairstylist, you probably don't need the latest and greatest trends in beauty technology. The next category and mindset shift I'm going to be talking about is basically not contributing to your mental clutter. So, another area of minimalism that I don't believe is discussed enough is mental clutter. Now, obviously, not everything is clutter, but when you try to do it all, it's really hard to do anything well. And I fall victim to this all the time. I always consider myself a lifelong learner, and this one is just really a struggle for me. It doesn't help that we're constantly inundated with all types of information and options on what skills to learn, etc., in this ever changing world that we're in. I fell victim to this so much, buying new books, online courses, learning subscription services, and pursuing new certifications. I'm all about self improvement, and it's true that some of them paid off and were worthwhile, but honestly, some that I've spent hundreds of dollars on, I've barely touched. Then I'm left with the constant reminder and feeling of guilt or dread that I started something but I didn't finish it. I had to strongly cut back and learn to really prioritize what I wanted to spend my time on. Of course, this saved me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, but it also has saved me from feeling kind of bad about myself, honestly. The next tip is not getting anxiety from empty space. So I move a lot, and every time I used to move, I felt the need to go out and purchase new things. This was mostly out of feeling a need to just fill empty space. To add to that, as I collected more furniture and decor over the years, not all of my pieces really fit all of the spaces I was living, so honestly, it was kind of a vicious cycle of throwing away things that didn't fit either the space or the vibe, panicking over the empty space that was left when I decluttered those items or threw them away, and then eventually going out to buy more to fit the new space. Now I'm comfortable with empty space, and if I really feel the need to go buy something new, I always try to buy secondhand first, especially for furniture. As an example, I got my current sofa, which retailed for $4,000, for like $250, all because the slipcover had a tear in it, and someone in my old apartment complex had a new sectional coming in, so she literally just needed the sofa out that day and sold it to me for basically like just a few $100s when she spent several thousand. So I literally saved thousands, and I saved it from going into the landfill. So for me, that was definitely a win-win. My fifth and final mindset shift is definitely another one that I don't hear talked about very often, but it's something I still kind of struggle with sometimes. And this is avoiding a cluttered pantry. So I don't want a cluttered pantry. I don't buy things that I just might snack on later. I just buy as I crave those food items. This is honestly also a really good hack to not only avoid clutter, but to avoid excessive snacking too. I can't tell you the number of times I used to buy food items just because they were on sale, even if I wasn't sure I really wanted the item or wasn't in the mood for it, only to not finish them and then have them cluttering up my pantry or my fridge. Or worse, I would feel bad and I would eat them out of guilt when I wasn't even hungry or in the mood for them. Honestly, in my experience, besides the staples, it's much better to just buy things as you're in the mood for them. Like I said, this kind of avoids some unhealthy eating habits and avoids the visual clutter in the pantry. These are the 5 mindset shifts that have really saved me over the years, not only a ton of money, but also a ton of heartache and kind of clutter in my house. So I hope that, whether you're looking to lighten your mental load, save a bunch of money, or declutter your space, I hope this video was helpful. Please comment down below if you have your own tips on how to kind of shift that mindset and live a lighter life. I hope you found this helpful, and thanks for watching.